Chapter 3 Divine Powers. Long Yuan River rolled on ceaselessly, its vast waves stretching out of sight, as if a real flood dragon truly lurked beneath its surface. It was a major river within the borders of the Great Li Dynasty, stretching 10,000 leagues, its waters surging, crashing waves beating against the banks, flowing through Long Yuan Province. Long Yuan Province took its name from this very river. Night fell. From a distance, the Long Yuan River looked like a giant black dragon, coiled upon the earth, grand and imposing, fully displaying the glory of the water element. The bright moon drifted through lotus-shaped clouds, the night wind ruffled the reed beds, adding a touch of wonderful serenity to the scene. But 100 li upstream from Long Yuan Province, on a patch of sand beach, a tall, burly middle-aged man dressed in dark golden robes ran and leaped ceaselessly, 3 times faster than the swiftest leopard. Crack! Crack! At the speed he ran, his flesh actually tore the air apart, leaving a long trail of surging energy waves that crackled and popped like churning river water. Even the fastest 1,000-league steed was not half as fast as he. Whoosh! 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 As the middle-aged man in dark gold ran, suddenly torches flared to life on the riverbank ahead. Shadows of people darted about. Then the shrill whistling of countless crossbow bolts tore through the air, hurtling toward him. Flying crane volley crossbow. The middle-aged man frowned slightly at the rain of arrows. He crouched low, pressing his body against the sand like a sheet of paper, and dodged the continuous volley of crossbow bolts in a single move. By Haichan, you cannot escape. Hand over the 9 apertures golden elixir and the flood dragon subduing yellow spring map. Surrender to our Fang clan, and not only will your death sentence be pardoned, you will also enjoy wealth and honor. With your fleshly cultivation already at the 10th realm of divine metamorphosis, our Fang clan will certainly treat you as an honored guest. The torches blazed bright, and hundreds of men immediately surrounded the middle-aged man named Bai Haichan. One of their leaders stood with hands behind his back, an aura of absolute control emanating from him as he spoke. He wore lavish brocade robes, his temples were streaked with gray, his face bore the weathered look of one who had seen the world, and his eyes were exceptionally bright, reflecting the moonlight like gemstones. Fang Zeshan of the Long Yuan Fang clan. Bai Haichan stopped, looked at the speaking leader, then scanned his surroundings. He found that the hundreds of men surrounding him were all brimming with strength, arranged in several layers. The inner ring were swordsmen with gleaming sharp swords, the outer ring were archers with crossbows aimed at him, and the outermost layer held torches, blocking off all escape routes. The crossbowmen's weapons were carved with a graceful white crane, and bolts launched from the crane's beak. This kind of crossbow had an extremely long range and great penetrating power. It was an authentic weapon granted to the Fang clan of Long Yuan Province by the Yuhua sect. It is indeed me. Fang Zeshan smiled. I never expected Master Bai Haichan to recognize me. Your elder brother Fang Zitao is the governor of Long Yuan, a high-ranking official governing a border region. The entire Fang clan enjoys the deep trust of the Dali Emperor. Since I have come to Fang clan territory, how could I not familiarize myself with the important figures here? But you actually know that I have the 9 apertures golden elixir and the flood dragon subduing yellow spring map with me. It seems you got this information from the Yuhua sect. Though surrounded, Bai Haichan did not look the slightest bit concerned. He spoke calmly and steadily. Our Fang clan's ancestor was a disciple of the Yuhua sect. We have been waiting for you here today precisely because we received a flying crane message from the Yuhua sect. Fang Zeshan shifted his body, stepped forward, his joints cracked lightly, as if playing a smooth melody. The fact that you found the flood dragon subduing Yellow Spring map and the 9 apertures golden elixir in the ancient tomb of Yellow Spring Mountain is unknown to others, but the Yuhua sect knows every detail. The 9 apertures golden elixir is a pill that helps one glimpse the mystic realm of divine powers. And the flood dragon subduing Yellow Spring map holds the secret to a tremendous treasure. You Fang clan want both. Is this not an ill-hearted plot? Bai Haichan chuckled mockingly. Silence. The flood dragon subduing Yellow Spring map will naturally be presented by our Fang clan to the Emperor. As for the 9 Apertures Golden Elixir, it will allow our clan to produce a master of the mystic realm of divine powers, greatly boosting our family's standing at court. Fang Han shouted sharply. It seems you are not willing to hand over these 2 items. Then I will have to take them from your corpse. Is that so? Bai Heikin's eyes narrowed suddenly, a sharp gleam bursting from the slit between his lids. Boom! He lunged forward, his clothes billowed and shook violently, his body moved like a swimming fish, like a coiled dragon striking. He covered dozens of paces in an instant, arriving directly in front of Fang Han, so fast that none of Fang Han's subordinates even had time to react. Woo, woo, woo. Fang Han only felt the air around him being forcibly squeezed out, as if a temporary vacuum had formed. Then a giant fist kept growing larger in his vision, about to shatter his skull in one blow. The might of a single punch was this fierce. Crane dances across the sky. At the gate of death, Fang Han finally revealed his extraordinary strength. The 2 large muscles on his back tensed, whoosh. Like a crane spreading its wings, his body became light as a feather, moving with the momentum of the punch. He dodged away in a flash. Not bad, Pine Crane Longevity Fist. You have cultivated to the 9th realm of mortal flesh, spirit channeling, but you are still no match for me. Call your brother Fang Zitao here. As Bai Haichan spoke, he did not stop, but charged straight into the crowd of guards. Bang! 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 One guard had his skull crushed on the spot, falling dead. 5 guards had their temples pierced clean through by Bai Heikin's fingers, blood gushing out. Then 10 more guards were sent flying by his ghost-like body, their internal organs shattered on impact, as if they had been hit by 1,000-gene horse-drawn carriage. When one cultivates the flesh to the 10th realm of divine metamorphosis, not even 5 horses can tear the body apart. One can see how powerful his strength was, how tough his bones and muscles were. He was simply invincible, a living weapon of destruction. In the blink of an eye, the encirclement of hundreds of men was broken through by Bai Haichan instantly. Fang Han, you dare block my way? I will mark your head for now. I will come take your life another day. Bai Haichan broke through the encirclement and strode away. The remaining guards all loosed their flying crane volley crossbows at him, but when the bolts hit his body, they were blocked by his dark golden robe and could not penetrate. It was obvious his dark golden robe was a treasure robe, impervious to swords and blades. With a treasure robe for protection, and the strength of 5 horses in his body, who in the world could stop him? Bai Haichan, since you have come, why not stay a while? Why rush to leave? Just then, a voice as ethereal as floating clouds suddenly rang out. Who? Bai Haichan stopped dead in his tracks, holding his body perfectly still like a stone or a tree. He condensed his spirit into a single mass, sensing his surroundings. Then, in his line of sight, a woman in white robes, her skin as smooth as condensed cream, her eyebrows curved like crescent moons, her bones fine as jade and skin as cool as ice, walked slowly from under the moonlight by the riverbank. She looked like a fairy who had stepped out of the Moon Palace. She also looked like the Dragon Palace princess from the depths of the Long Yuan River. The whole world seemed to turn cleaner, permeated with a holy aura. When this woman in white appeared, the guards immediately stood at solemn attention. Young miss. Fang Han also stopped. Xianxia, why have you returned? This woman in white was the eldest miss of the Fang clan, Fang Xianxia. Uncle, I just came back from Yuhua sect. Fang Xianxia nodded to Fang Han. Leave this matter to me. Leave it to you? That's quite the big boast. Bai Haichan looked at Fang Xianxia, suddenly flicked his wrist. Woo, woo, a streak of black light shot straight at Fang Xianxia. This black light was a palm-sized flying wheel, both edges covered with sharp serrations. This was Bai Heikin's killer hidden weapon, the Black Malevolence Wheel, forged from tungsten steel. Launched with the 5-horse strength of a divine metamorphosis master, within 300 paces, the black light flashes, any expert would be pierced through immediately. This move was Bai Heikin's killing strike. He was confident even a divine metamorphosis expert of the same level could not escape death. Chapter 4 9 Apertures Golden Elixir. Someone is drowning. Fang Han jumped into the water quickly and pulled the man ashore. He's not breathing. Just a bloated corpse. After getting him onto the bank, Fang Han's heart clenched sharply. The scene before him was indeed quite horrifying. The man was completely dead, his whole body swollen from soaking in water. A long wound ran across his body. When turned over, the injury was all charred black. Was this man struck by lightning? Seeing the wound, Fang Han thought of people in the countryside who had been hit by lightning. Their wounds were also charred and foul-smelling. The corpse was dressed quite gorgeously, in a full set of dark golden robes. When water droplets fell on the fabric, they rolled off just like on lotus leaves, not a single drop clung to it. When touched, it felt extremely soft and smooth. Fang Han had worked as a household slave in the Fang clan for years and seen quite a lot, but he had never encountered fabric like this. What should I do? Report this to the authorities, or what? A human life is no small matter. Fang Han was just about to leave the corpse to report, but then he thought again and hesitated. This man wears such fine clothes, he must be a person of high status. How did he die here? If I get involved, after the authorities trace it, I'll only get tangled in trouble. It's better to bury him, let him rest in peace, and act like nothing happened. Less trouble is better than more trouble. Having made up his mind, Fang Han dragged the corpse, preparing to find a place to bury him. Clang! Just at that moment, a box that was neither pure gold nor pure iron fell out from the corpse's arms. It was palm-sized, looked a bit like an inkstone, and was extremely heavy. At the same time, an ancient painted scroll also fell out. Fang Han picked up the gold iron box, then unfolded the ancient scroll. He found that the background of the scroll was all pitch black, and within the darkness, the shadow of a dormant flood dragon loomed faintly. It did not feel like a painting at all, but more like a window leading to an unknown space. This scroll is a treasure. It didn't rot after being soaked in water. Ordinary paper would have fallen apart long ago. Though Fang Han could not read paintings or calligraphy, he could tell it was a treasure by common sense. After that, he held the gold iron box in his hand to examine it, and saw that it was locked with a small golden lock. Curiosity drove him to pick up a stone from the riverbank, strike hard, crack, the golden lock broke off. This is real gold. 1 tael of gold is worth 10 taels of official silver. This golden lock alone is at least 4 or 5 taels. But this is a dead man's thing. Should I take it? As the saying goes, a gentleman loves wealth, but takes it through proper means. Fang Han pondered for a moment. Bah, I'm just a slave. What does all this gentleman talk matter to me? A person in my position does what a person in my position has to do. Isn't there a saying in books that goes, one who does not hold the position does not plan its affairs? I'll keep it. Fang Han grabbed the gold and stuffed it into his bosom. After putting away the gold, he clicked open the box. When he opened it, the thing inside was revealed. It was a thumb-sized dark golden pill. Strangely, there were 9 small apertures on the pill, and a faint medicinal fragrance drifted out from the 9 apertures. The moment Fang Han inhaled it, he felt clear-headed and refreshed. His whole body became light, and all his fatigue was swept away. What was even more magical was that the 9 apertures looked just like the 9 apertures of a human body, with energy hidden inside, constantly inhaling and exhaling gently, as if a peculiar life force was contained within them. This pill is thousands of times more wonderful than the best Ganoderma pills and snow ginseng pills of the Fang clan. Fang Han had seen Fang clan disciples take health-preserving pills when they practiced martial arts. Those were all well-refined, exquisite items, but compared to this 9-aperture pill before him, they were simply incomparable, worlds apart. I also heard those Fang clan disciples say that there are legendary magic pills that can clear the sinews, regulate the internal organs, clear stagnant blood, and invigorate the spirit. Swallow 1 pill, and you can save many years of hard work training your flesh, and make up for the deficiency of your own vital energy. Could this golden pill be this kind of medicine? I just smelled a little of its scent and already feel so clear-headed. Fang Han held the 9 apertures golden elixir as if he were holding a diamond, wondering if he should swallow it right away. But after thinking for a long time, he did not swallow it. Medicine cannot be taken randomly. Those Fang clan disciples take their health-preserving medicine on time and proper doses, after consideration over and over. Fang Han was not a fool. He knew of course that even a magic pill would harm you if you take it incorrectly. Sir, I found your body. I will bury you and let you rest in peace. These 2 items are my payment for the work. We owe each other nothing. Fang Han put the 9 apertures golden elixir back into the box and said to the corpse. As he spoke, he dragged the corpse up hastily. Who would have thought that when he moved the corpse suddenly sat bolt upright? The mystic realm of divine powers is truly extraordinary. Yuhua sect is indeed worthy of being one of the top 10 immortal sects under heaven. Fang Qingxue, you are truly an outstanding disciple of theirs. It seems the world has gained another powerful expert. But we will see if you can use the path of divine powers to reach the eternal life realm. Even the mystic realm of divine powers will still die after 100 years. Only when you step into the eternal life realm do you truly achieve transcendence. Zombie. No, they say zombies can't talk. And it's broad daylight, zombies don't come out. Fang Han was shocked beyond measure when the corpse sat up and spoke to itself. Did you save me? The corpse heard the movement, turned around, saw Fang Han, his eyes darkened, and asked, So you are still alive? Fang Han steadied his mind and said calmly, I did not expect you to be so calm. Looking at your clothes, you are a slave, right? Ordinary slaves, after finding me, would all go report me to the authorities. You should know, turning me in can get you 1,000 taels of reward silver. The corpse's eyes were cold, his voice drifting, as he watched Fang Han's reaction. If there was anything wrong, he would strike kill immediately. Less trouble is better than more trouble. Even if I get the reward silver, having others eye me is not a good thing. I already got 2 treasures from you. Getting rich quietly is the right way. But since you are still alive, I will return these 2 treasures to you. Fang Han took out the 9 apertures golden elixir and flood dragon subduing yellow spring map he had stowed. As a slave in the Fang manor, the most important thing he learned was to read people's expressions. Otherwise, if he offended the master, he would not even know how he died. The man in front of him was obviously a remarkable person. He could probably take his life with a single flip of his hand. Getting rich quietly is the right way. That is a good saying. I, Bai Haichan, know this from personal experience. Which man are you a slave of? Bai Haichan thought of how he had been hunted down just because the news of him getting the 9 apertures golden elixir and flood dragon subduing yellow spring map leaked out accidentally. I am a slave of the Fang clan, Longyuan province. Fang Han licked his lips. A slave of the Fang clan, huh? Bai Haichan's face darkened, then softened again. He looked at the ground around. You must also be a person who is unwilling to be a slave forever. That is why you are here, practicing martial arts secretly. The footprints on your ground are the strength training method of the Fang clan. You are stealing lessons, right? A slave stealing martial arts breaks the taboo, so you must be a restless person. This man is so sharp, just a casual look and he knows so much. Fang Han felt that from Bai Haichan's gaze, there was not a single secret left on his whole body. Restless is good, restless is very good, a slave of the Fang clan. Fang Qingxue of the mystic realm of divine powers, a cold smile appeared on Bai Haichan's face. His face was covered in charred wounds. This cold smile looked especially ferocious, like a vicious ghost. You are a slave, no money, no power. It is impossible for you to practice martial arts and rise in the world. To train your flesh, you need mountains of silver to spend on nourishing your body. But you met me, this is also your good fortune. I can give you the chance to rise, as long as you promise to do a few things for me. Bai Haichan said in a deep voice that, How can you give me this chance? Fang Han asked warily. This 9 apertures golden elixir has incredible power. It can help you shed your old bones and remake your body, sweep away all the weakness in your body, lay a solid foundation that no one else can compare to. I will also teach you high-grade martial arts. You will definitely advance by leaps and bounds. As for whether you can step into the mystic realm of divine powers, that depends on your own good fortune. Bai Haichan straightened his body for a moment. You can help me cultivate to the mystic realm of divine powers. Fang Han exclaimed in shock. You know about the mystic realm of divine powers? So you have stolen quite a lot of knowledge. Bai Haichan looked at Fang Han with newfound appreciation. Just what I stole by chance. I also know that there are 10 realms of mortal cultivation. The 10th realm is divine metamorphosis. When the mortal body is cultivated to the extreme, the brain is supported by a strong physique. It will generate magical power. With magical power, you can cultivate all kinds of divine abilities. Fang Han repeated what he had heard from Fang Tong word for word. Correct. The brain is the most mysterious organ of the human body. No martial arts cultivation can reach the brain. That is the source of divine power. Bai Haichan said, there is nothing special I want you to do. First, worship me as your master. Then after you succeed in cultivation, first, find an opportunity in the Fang clan to join Yuhua sect. You must learn the Yuhua Ascension Sutra. Second, kill Fang Qingxue. Yuhua sect, the eldest miss of the Fang clan, Fang Qingxue. Fang Han was shocked again. He knew that the ancestor of the Fang clan was a disciple of the immortals of Yuhua sect in legend, who followed the first emperor of Dali to pacify the world 100 years ago. And Fang Qingxue, the eldest miss of the Fang clan, had been cultivating in Yuhua sect all along, practicing the way of immortals. But joining Yuhua sect does not seem like rising to the top. Kings and generals, are they born noble? If I want to rise, I can hold power over the world, unify the whole realm, become emperor myself. Fang Han plucked up his courage and spoke these treasonous words. He knew that in front of an extraordinary man like Bai Haichan, the more shocking your words are, the more you can gain his appreciation. That is the extent of your vision? You are still just a mortal after all. To his surprise, when Bai Haichan heard these words, he only sneered. True rising to the top, after the mystic realm of divine powers, is the eternal life realm, to become the leader of one of the top 10 immortal sects. You control an entire sect. Your might shakes the whole world. All nations pay tribute to you. Bai Haichan seemed to see right through Fang Han's thoughts. The Dali Dynasty, though its territory is vast, with hundreds of millions of people, it is actually just a plaything in the eyes of the top 10 immortal sections. If the Supreme Demon Emperor, the Primordial Emperor, is displeased with the Dali Dynasty, he can wipe out the entire Dali Dynasty 100 times whenever he wants. The dozens of dynasties under the Primordial Emperor's disciples, such as the Wave Moon Dynasty, the Great Sovereign Dynasty, the Great Primordial Dynasty, none of these dynasties have a territory smaller than the Dali Dynasty. There are so many dynasties in the world. Who is the Primordial Emperor that he dares to call himself emperor? Fang Han was completely shocked. He had been a slave in the Fang clan. His horizon was already wider than most, but he always believed that all land under heaven belongs to the Dali Emperor, that the whole world is the territory of the Dali Dynasty. He never knew there were so many other dynasties and nations in the world. How big is the whole world? The world is much bigger than you think. The sky is big. The void is even bigger. The world is as big as your heart. I have to open your eyes. The Primordial Emperor is the Supreme Demon Emperor of the demonic path, standing equal to the top 10 immortal sects, and has lived for 10,000 years. The Emperor of Dali calls himself 10,000 years old, but can he actually live 10,000 years? But the Primordial Emperor can. If any disciple of the top 10 immortal sects who has cultivated to the mystic realm of divine powers comes to the Dali Dynasty, all the nobles and royals will treat him as an honored guest, afraid that they do not entertain him well enough. Now that Fang Qingxue has cultivated to the mystic realm of divine powers, the Dali Dynasty will immediately name her a princess and do everything to win her over. This flood dragon subduing Yellow Spring map I got is also a magic treasure left behind by the demonic emperor Yellow Spring Emperor after he ascended to immortality, left in Yellow Spring Mountain. It has boundless power. Bai Haichan looked at Fang Han, as if looking at an ignorant child. If you step into the mystic realm of divine powers, you can truly come into contact with all these things, and step into the world of immortals. If you don't step in, you will just muddle along in a dynasty for your whole life, be a kowtowing insect all your life. What a pity. I had hoped to step into the mystic realm of divine powers, but I failed at the final ST. EP, alright, all this is just to open your eyes. For you to actually touch these things, you have to rely on the Fang clan, enter Yuhua sect first. Now, worship me as your master. I don't have much time left.